Hey YouTube, and welcome to another video by 8-Bit Panda. Today we're going to be going through the ESXi Embedded host client. This is a client that's been developed by two engineers from the VMware Labs team, and they've generated this Fling, which is purely HTML and Java based. Allows you to manage your ESXi host through a web client. What we're going to do is we're first going to go to the VMware Flings website. To get to that, we'll go to labs.vmware.com. And when we get to the VMware website, if we click Explore Flings, and this will take us to loads of plugins for VMware. All of these plugins are developed by VMware engineers. They're all done within their spare time. So we're going to search for the ESXi Embedded host client. In the search, if you type ESXi UI, you'll be presented with the following screen. If you choose ESXi Embedded host client, and then to the left hand side, if you choose the bundle that's specific for your version of ESXi and click download. So I've already downloaded this, and here it is. I've got the offline bundle. And what we need to do now is we need to make sure that SSH is turned on our ESXi host, and then what we're going to do is open up an SSH session onto that host. Another thing that you might want to use is SCP. Personally, I use FileZilla because I find it's much easier to use. And then what I need to do is just jump onto the host. And once we get onto our host, if you go into the temp directory, and we're going to upload our VIB here. So a VIB is basically a plugin for the VMware ESXi host. When we've got our offline bundle, what we need to do is extract it and take the VIB from that file. If you click extract all, and then we'll open up the folder, and we'll open up the VIB20 folder, and then inside the ESX UI folder is our VIB. What we're going to do is copy that onto the ESX host, wait for it to upload. Whilst that's uploading, what we'll do is we'll SSH onto our ESXi host. Now that we've uploaded the VIB onto our ESX host, and we've also logged in through the shell, we're going to run some commands, and this will basically install the VIB onto our ESX host. The command we need to run is ESXi space software space VIB space install -v, and then the location where we've just uploaded our file. So in this case it's /tmp. And if we press / type VM and press tab, and it should auto-complete the rest of the name for you. If we then press enter, that will install this VIB onto our ESX host. Okay, now the VIB is installed, and if we go to our ESXi host /UI, we'll get a certificate warning. But if we click continue, you'll see we get a web interface. This is very similar to the web interface of vCenter Server, which will be good for those of you that are already familiar with that interface. We'll just log in with our local credentials, our root account. And now that we've logged in, you can see every bit of information about the ESX host, and you can configure nearly everything through here. As I said, this is still in development. There are some functions that don't work, but you can do the majority of things now in version 4. So some of the things that they've added are the ability to change host acceptance levels, the ability to reboot VMs, power off VMs, edit VMs, install VMware tools, plus many more things. This list of features is currently improving very quickly. I did a review of this particular piece of software a few months ago on my blog website, and since then they've added tons more features, and it works so much better as a product. What I'll do is we'll just go through the web interface, we'll just show you a few things that it can do, but I highly recommend that you do take a look at this and install it. Another thing that I've included in the description is a script that I've found that allows you to install this client on multiple hosts at the same time. So if you've got an estate of hosts, you could install it across all of your hosts. Makes it a lot easier to manage. As you can see when you first log in, this is the dashboard that you're going to get. You can see your ESXi host, what the spec is of that host, how much CPU, memory and storage are currently in use. As you can see, I've got SSH enabled on the host. That was enabled in order for us to install this client, so I can now turn this off. And if we click on actions, we can go to services, and we can click disable secure SSH. When we click disable SSH, it'll run a task, and now you can see SSH has been disabled. We can also see how much CPU, memory, virtual flash. We can look at the network. We can also see our storage, so what data stores we've got on there, how many physical adapters we've got as well. We can see information about the server, so BIOS information. This is actually a VMware host that's hosting my ESXi host. We can see performance statistics for the last hour, and then we can go into more detail. So we can look at manage. Under manage, we can configure our host, so we can edit the NTP settings, we can change the swap location, we can add more users and change the security, change the acceptance level, authentication, certificates and lockdown mode. We've got our services, so you can start and stop services and edit properties. Here's a list of all the packages that are installed. You can install new packages or you can install updates to those packages. You can see our licensing information. Mine's currently in evaluation mode, but you can then assign licenses if you require to do so. You can see more detailed information about the hardware. We can go through all the different types of hardware here and we can see what they are and what they do. We can change the power management of our host, and under advanced settings we can set all of our custom advanced settings that we may want to set. If we click on monitor, we get very similar graphs to what we see in the full client or in the web interface for vCenter. Really nice graphs, give you all of the information that you require. You've got the option of CPU, memory, network and disk on here, and different time frames. At the moment we've only got the last hour because we've just installed this client. We can monitor hardware, we can look at the events that have been happening on this host, we can look at tasks that have been completed. So as you can see where I stopped the service just a few minutes ago. We can view the logs and generate a support bundle that we can send through to VMware. And we have any notifications that are currently active on the server. At the moment there are none. We've got virtual machines tab. In here we can view our virtual machines, or if we wish we can follow the wizard, create new virtual machines. You've got all the options that you would have in the thick client, and you've also got the same options that you would have through vCenter. We can go into storage, we can add new data stores, register VMs, browse the data stores, look at the adapters and the devices that are all connected. And then finally we can look at our networking. We can create new networks, we can add port groups, we can add virtual switches, we can check the physical NICs, we can look at the VM kernels. Basically, this web UI replaces the VI client, makes it a lot easier for you to use because you don't have to install the VI client if you don't want to, and it's a really good interface and it's really fast. I've never had any problems with any of the versions, and it just gets better and better, does this. So I would highly recommend that you at least try this out. If not, use it on your production environment. I've been using it since the first version, and I've found it's been absolutely brilliant and it's helped me out a lot. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully this video has been informative and helped you make a decision on whether to use this client or not, and I'm hoping that you do go out and give it a try. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you didn't, dislike it. Hopefully you did, and you'll subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. See you later.